What's going on, guys? It's BJ at Bar 9 Blades, and today I just want to do a quick overview of my knife collection thus far, so we kind of have a baseline for the channel on where we're at, and we'll do another one towards the end of the year and see how far we've come. Let's get into it. First knife is a CJRB Pyrite. I got this from the Kickstarter campaign, the Perfect Pyrite Project. What was that, like 2 years ago? I don't carry it a whole lot, to be honest with you, just because when I got it, I was into bigger knives, and this is definitely a smaller package. But nonetheless, great knife. Really good button lock action. AR RPM 9 steel, pink anodized titanium scales. Got some snail trails going on for sure. Camera's not picking it up really, a little bit there. So it's definitely seen the pocket, but just not something I carry a whole lot. I will keep it around as like a comparison piece, just like a reference size wise, and yeah, it's a good knife. For the price, super recommendable, but just not my favorite. Let's keep moving. Another piece I purchased pretty early on into collecting is this Concept Shard lightning anodized titanium frame lock in S35 VN. Another knife I don't carry a whole lot, but it's a good knife. This will be in the 150 sub giveaway, so if you'd like to get this knife for free, subscribe to the channel. One gripe I have is that you can't deploy it with this blade hole, so it's flipper only, but it is a good knife, good quality, titanium, everything. One of the things that drew me to it is the blade shape and the lightning ano. I got it because I couldn't afford anything in Damascus. But yeah, it's just been sitting here. It's pretty slick. I like a little texture to my knives, but still a good knife. Moving forward is a knife that won't be in the collection too much longer. This is going to my cousin. It's a Demco 80-20.5 in Oz 10A with the orange Grivery scales, the shark's foot blade, and the shark lock, obviously. Good knife. I just never really carried it much. I can't tell you why. It just never finds its way into my pocket, and I figured I might as well just put an edge on it, give it to someone who will use it. And one of the reasons I am giving it away is because of this right here. For Christmas, I got this bad boy. Another 80-20.5 Oz 10A with the black Grivery, which I like quite a bit more. I'd like to get my hands on a shark cub for sure, but this is a solid knife. Really fun fidgety action. Really fun fidgety action that I can't operate. Yeah, I don't have a whole lot to say about this knife just because I haven't carried it too much, but we're not reviewing knives right now. That'll come later. This is just an overview of the collection. Up next, this is one that just came in today that I'm pretty excited about. Civivi Elementum 14C28N steel, black G10 scales. It's the button lock variant, which is a gravity knife. Pretty fun blade. Haven't spent too much time with it, obviously. Like I said, it just came in today, but really, really cool knife. I think everyone should have one of these in their collection. Nice pocket clip, deep carry. Good blade. Up next, another Civivi knife that also came in today. Civivi Vision FG. This one is in Nitro V with the Snex lock, black G10. Really like the thumb stud placement on this one. I see this one finding its way into my pocket a lot. Really fun. Just like the shark lock, super fidgety. you can just, boom, 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 boom. Good knife. I really like the profile of it closed too. Just a nice aesthetic. Up next, we got a WE. I can't remember the name of this knife. I picked this up on, well, I didn't pick it up. It was gifted to me on Christmas as well. 20 CV. It's integral, which is pretty fun. Nice little front flipper. Jacob Lundquist, I think that's how you pronounce the name. Design. I don't carry this one too terribly much. It's just a little on the smaller end for me, but I really like it. Super fun, symmetrical design. Yeah, it's pretty. Just wish it was a tad bigger, but I do like the front flipping action, so for that reason it's gonna stay in the collection. Also, it was a gift. I feel like a dick giving a gift away. Up next, we have a ProTech Malibu. I picked this up on Blade Bench for like 120, 150 bucks, somewhere in there. 20 CV. This is just plain Jane. But, I needed a Malibu in my collection, and here it is. This is probably going to be one of the first knives I sharpen on the channel, just because I got it used, and it is dull. Eventually I'd like to get the Wharncliffe variant blade shape, but great action on this knife. This is the godfather of button locks, from what I understand, and you can tell why. Ergonomics on this thing just melts in your hand. It's perfect. Yeah, great button lock action, perfect detent. Love the flipper. Really, really fun knife. Moving on, we have, we'll start with this one. Riot XOM. Blade HQ exclusive, two-tone Tonto LMAX blade, and some milled aluminum. I really like the color of those. I guess the scales, I don't know if you call it the scales, the body, aluminum body. Really fun gravity knife. I prefer this locking mechanism over the original, like the higher end models. I think this is just much more user friendly. Yeah, another one that I think everyone should own eventually. That being said, I picked up another one a couple weeks back, Dagger Ground XOM. This one is in Nitro V satin finish. I really like the milling pattern on this aluminum body. Blacked out. Yeah, just looks clean. Mean and clean. Keep rolling. Fun story behind this one. This is a Benchmade 940 Osborne burnt copper scales, magnet cut blade. I picked one of these up on a little weekend getaway to Estes Park with my girlfriend. Grabbed one of these at one of the knife shops up there. Fell in love with it, like from the moment I laid eyes on it. And then when I got it in my hand, there's something about this action, something about this knife, the design, everything, that just makes you fall in love. And I was carrying it every day. I was just like, this was my favorite knife by far. And then I lost it. I have no idea how. I have no idea where it could be, but it just disappeared. I went a few weeks without it, quite literally thinking about it every day. So I just had to take the L and pick another one up. But yeah, Axis lock, you can reverse flick it, you can thumb flick it. Just a great overall knife. Okay, getting into some more ProTechs. We got the ProTech PT Strider, and this one is in magnet cut as well. I really like that milling pattern on the scales, aluminum here. I picked this one up on Blade HQ right around Christmas. There was a really good sale on it. Like, I got it for a steal. I can't remember exactly how much I paid, but it was too good to pass up on, and I'm glad I got it because now they're discontinued. One of my grails right now is the ProTech Strider SNG. Who knows when I'll be able to pick one of those up, if I'll be able to pick one of those up, but if any of you are selling one, holler at the boy. Really fun knife. This, even though it's small, this is what I would go to 9 times out of 10 for a self-defense knife, as far as what I have in my collection. The ergos on this thing are so conducive to self-defense. It's unbelievable. Like, this is how it was made to be held, and it just fits perfectly. That, coupled with it being an automatic, you can get it out quick. Boom, get to work. I love this knife. I highly recommend you pick one up while you can before they're all sold out. Really wish they could have kept going with those collaborations, but it is what it is. This was my first ProTech. When I saw it featured on Metal Complex the first time, I knew I had to have one. This is the ProTech Godson with the sapphire coating, 154 cm blade steel, and then this, I believe it's called Abalone button. Abalone, something like that. Really, really pretty knife. I don't carry it a whole lot because I've always been scared to scratch this finish up, but another staple of the collection for sure. It's just so unique, so pretty. What is there to not like about it? Very powerful. Just, yeah, overall, great piece. And the big brother to that knife, I guess big step brother, is this rose gold Godfather. This one is also in 154 cm. Another one that doesn't see the pocket a whole lot just because of the sheer size. Like, it just doesn't fit comfortably in most of my pockets. But another one I just had to have. I'd like to get the Godson in rose gold as well one day. I know they're available on NC Blades right now for like $200. So if you're looking for one, head over there, pick it up while you can. I know they don't last long. Really, really pretty knife. All right, that's it for the ProTechs. We're now getting into my Spydercos, which I have quite a few of. This is one of 2 of the GP Knives exclusive Manixes. This one I haven't sharpened yet, so you're getting no close-ups of that one. But I put a nice edge on this bad boy. Rex 45, one of my favorite steels to sharpen. Really, really nice. I had really damaged this blade pretty badly before I knew about sharpening. I was led to believe that pull-throughs were the way to go. So I absolutely butchered this blade on a pull-through sharpener. Luckily, I was able to save it. The Manix 2 is one of the greatest knife designs of all time, in my opinion. I absolutely love it. I've got another Manix on the way that you guys will see me unboxing here soon, hopefully. And I've also got some original goat scales coming in for these, which I'm pretty excited about. That way I don't just have 2 of the exact same knife. I'll have a more higher end carry version. But yeah, I love these. These were also a Christmas gift last year. I guess 2 years ago now. 2023 Christmas. Yeah, you guys can see me sharpen this one on the channel. I'm going to be doing live sharpenings on Mondays, hopefully, as long as I get approved by YouTube to go live. So stay tuned for that. Another GP Knives exclusive, Spyderco Smock in Rex 45. I really love this configuration on any knife, really. Black blade, white handle. Something about it, that Stormtrooper look, just gets me going. Yeah, so that's something I'm looking for collection-wise. It's just the Stormtrooper look. I've got quite a few on my knife list that I'm hoping to pick up before too long. But I gotta slow down on knife purchases for a while. Got a little crazy around Christmas time. I've wanted a smock for a really long time, and it did not disappoint. If you're hesitant on buying a smock, just do it. It's a great knife. Made in Taiwan. They do really... Spyderco, their Taiwan factory is top notch. They don't mess around over there. Yeah, Spyderco smock, Rex 45. Great steel, great knife. Moving on. This one came in today as well. Pretty excited to get this one in my pocket. Para 3 lightweight CPM 15V. Definitely going to upgrade these scales at some point. But I had to have this steel. Had to check it out. Looking forward to sharpening it. This is also my first Para 3, which is pretty nice. Yeah. Great ergos on this thing. I know the blade shape is ugly to some, but once you have one, like, your life will change forever. I thought Spydercos were the ugliest thing, and then I picked up a Tenacious, and once you flick that thing open, you understand it completely. So slicey. Can't wait to put an edge on this thing either. Spyderco's factory edges are really good, so I'll probably run this one down, see how long it lasts, and then we'll put a nice 15-degree bevel on there or something. Yeah, really good knife. Needs to be broken in a little bit, but I'm happy with it. Up next, we have a custom Spyderco Shaman. This was the first big knife purchase I made. I picked it up from Scheels here in town. S30V. And then I picked up these dark matter fat carbon scales. Got some bronze anodized hardware on there. I want to get a titanium, stonewashed titanium backspacer and pocket clip to kind of tie it all together. But another great knife like this and the Manix. You can't go wrong. This one's a little more beefy than the Manix, but man, like, just mean. So pretty. I'll keep going here. Last of the Spydercos, a custom PM2. This was the S90V Sprint Run, and then I threw some Flytanium scales on there. Just did a hardware swap, black anodized or black coated titanium hardware. Got this pocket clip as well from Pacific Suns. If you guys need washers, hardware, anything, I would check them out on Etsy. This knife, I hadn't carried it for the longest time because the action was so bad. There was a ton of blade play, and it was still just like slow, terrible. This is, I mean, they're brand new bronze washers, so they need to be broken in, but the deployment is a million times better than it was. There's no blade play now, like solid lockup, and yeah, I'm pretty happy with this pocket clip as well. Really like the look of that. I like the black hardware on the raw scales. Just looks pretty clean. But yeah, check out Pacific Suns on Etsy. Not sponsored by them or anything. I think you need more than 16 subs and 0 views to be sponsored, but check them out. Seem like good people. Moving on. Another knife that I got in today. I'm really excited about this one. Kaiser Militar Purple Haze carbon scales, polished DLC blade, S45 VN steel. Look at that. Nice mirror finish. Yeah. I'm really excited about this knife. Haven't had much time with it, but the action on this thing is just insane. Another super recommendable knife for sure. Like, yeah, you can pick up the budget model for like $120, I think, and just really solid knife. One of the smoother actions in the collection for sure. This one was a grail of mine for a long time. I had been searching like constantly for one, and I just couldn't seem to find one that was in stock. Finally got my hands on one. Jack Wolf, Gunslinger Jack. This is why I have the fat carbon on the Shaman. It's because of this knife right here. I got a nice low edge angle on this thing. I don't know if we can pick that up. But yeah, S90V. Bolster lock. Titanium bolster lock. I love the backspacer on this thing. It's so pretty. Just a really classy silhouette. Like, this is still one of my favorite knives. Great front flipping action. Come on. Yeah, super smooth. Jack Wolf does great work. I'm excited to get my hands on more of their stuff. All right, up next. This one came in pretty recently as well. Really impressed by this knife. This is the North Arm Skaha 2 S35 VN steel, contoured carbon fiber scales, nice wire pocket clip, and the action on this thing is nuts. Made in Canada. So, you know, Canada's greatest export, in my opinion. I really like the finish on the blade, too. It's like a cloudy mirror. Really nice finish. And, yeah, like I said, there's nothing quite like this action. Another one, if you're on the fence about this, pick it up immediately. Like, worth every penny. I got this one on Blade Binge for right around $250. I would have happily paid $500 for this knife. I think brand new it's like $360 on their website. But yeah, I could do this all day. North Arm Skaha 2. All right, we're getting towards the end here. Here we got a Kunwu S-Tau 2 in Vanex, full DLC. I think this is the honeydew texture. Really nice knife. I picked this one up on Blade Binge as well, for right around $250. Which is a great deal. I love the action on this knife. So many forms of deployment. You've got the regular front flipper, finger roll, spidey flick, thumb flick, and the regular flipper, which is a little bit slower just because you don't have a lot there to bite. But great knife. I love the aesthetic. Yeah, that modified sheep's foot is just mean. Great ergos on the contoured titanium. Love this pocket clip. Love the Timascus pivot collars. Subtle, but beautiful. And yeah, drop shut action. You got to get out the way for this one. They're doing it right over there at Kunwu. I think they're by far one of the best OEMs in the game right now. Looking forward to get my hands on some more of their stuff, like the Gringo. I'd really like to get that. And what is it, S390? Yeah. And the Pinto, I believe it is, something like that, in Vancron as their newest model. Yeah, really like to get my hands on some more of their stuff. Just pricey. Worth every penny, though. So if you're in the market for a knife around $300 to $400, I think this is some of the best bang for your buck you can get. All right. Up next, we got a Chavez Scapegoat, OEM'd by Riot. This is an M390, full titanium. There's no pocket milling in there, so it's beefy. Great action. When I first got it, I was a little iffy about the action because there's that detent right there, but you can get right past it. You can reverse flick it nicely, thumb flick it nicely. I love this pocket clip. Really unique, really fun. The finish on this blade too is so clean, and I love that choil. and get in there and get to work. Yeah, no complaints with this knife whatsoever, other than it's cut me a few times, but that's operator error right there. Another super recommendable knife. I love Chavez now. Like, yeah, you gotta have one. You just got to. And I got two. This one also picked up on Blade Bench for $200. Yeah. Bronze tie, chisel ground, Tonto M390 blade. And this one has the Lee Williams kickstop. And man, there's nothing like that either. Super clean break. And I just love drop shut. I'm excited to sharpen this thing. I haven't done any chisel ground blades yet, but I'm excited to. I'm going to put a nice low edge angle on this thing. I really liked how Jared at Neves Knives did his. The only gripe I have with this one is it's got the screws in the skull, but not that big of a deal. Beautiful knife. One other thing is this back corner is a little sharp, but it doesn't bother me too much. I like that, the jimping there. Just aggressive profile in this thing. Super recommendable knife. New, it's like $410, so definitely on the pricier end, but Chavez makes great stuff. Yeah. Now this knife, not this exact knife, but this design is really what got me into collecting knives. I always liked knives from a utility standpoint, but this knife got me into design, cool, unique stuff, you know. I sold my original one not too long ago just to kind of diversify my collection a little bit, but this one is super special. This is a Paragon Warlock in Baker Forge Damascus. I think it's not actually, I think it's an enchanter because it's got this these pockets milled out. But look at that blade. Dagger style with these nice little divots. Little divots. Yeah, that Baker Forge Damascus is insane. Clamshell design on this thing. Once you get familiar with it, it's pretty fun. Really nice pocket clip. I like the symmetrical look. Yeah, shout out to Asheville Steel Paragon Knives. Really fun piece. Another one, like, you don't have to get the crazy Damascus edition. You can pick the regular ones up for like $250. I really recommend it. Super fun knife. There's nothing like it. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we have gotten to the grail of my collection. Yeah, this might be the best knife of all time. This knife in this design makes Chris Reeves look like a chump. Some might say. I'm not saying that, but some might say that. Yeah. It's the Wiener Warrior, okay? Like, do I need to say anything at all? We got 5 inches of a dog right here, okay? With mustard. With mustard. Crinkle cut pocket clip, okay? No, in all seriousness, this is just a fun knife I had to pick up. It's hilarious and stupid, and that's why I love it. I'm gonna put a crazy edge on this thing. It's already slicier than you would expect. It cuts a lot better than a lot of the other knives in my collection. But yeah, super fun piece. I had to have it. All right, guys, that's all I got so far. I got a few more things coming that I've already paid for, pre-ordered, that I'm really excited about. So subscribe if you want to see those. Also, like I said, going to be doing that 150 sub giveaway. I've got, yeah, we'll talk about that right now, actually. So far, this is what I got for that giveaway. So we got the Concept Shard. We've got a Metin Boss Spyderco pocket clip. Okay. And shoot. One moment here. And we also have these Metin Boss PM2 titanium scales. So these will definitely, all three, be part of the giveaway. Also be giving away free sharpenings. So yeah, stay tuned. Like, subscribe, comment down below what you want to see from the channel. Going to be doing a lot of knife reviews, unboxing, live sharpenings, sharpening tutorials, all sorts of stuff. Eventually, I'd like to get to the point where we can do giveaways weekly, and I'd really like to interview some knife makers, knife designers, whatever. You know, I think that'd be a really fun thing to do. Get their perspective on why they made certain choices they did. Talk about upcoming designs, all sorts of stuff. All right, guys. Well, it's been fun. See you soon. Peace.